You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Game After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Game After Show.
We got our music. Woo! Hello out there and welcome, as I have a really crusty voice right now apparently. Excuse me. Welcome to The Game at AFTERBUZZ TV. We are here.
Yay.
We are hot and on fire, so if I just randomly start sweating, it is not because I am on crack or doing something inappropriate. It is because we are lacking a little air conditioning up in the studio today, but we're going to do it and make it work anyway this week.
Try.
We're going to try. And this week we have a slightly lightweight panel here. We're missing some of our testosterone, but we are working on all cylinders because there's double estrogen in the house, and we all know the ladies know how to do it anyway. So
That's more than
welcome my co-host this week, Miss Isabel Mora.
Thank you. Hi.
So glad you could make it
know.
with your ombre hair, looking very blondish in the
I
front this
know.
week because you got the
I
darkness
know.
pulled back. All right.
know.
So we had a fun episode. Isabel's going to start sweating too. So if you guys notice, just try to ignore it for those of you watching us out there and recognize that we love you anyway. And that's why we're working so hard in the studio regardless.
Courtney, I love the sweat going on, but I want to use this time, since there is only two females who got to watch the show, I'll use this time to say, hey, fellas, if you want to get in on the conversation, 424-256-1729, just kind of opening it up since
Of course.
Mr. Kenny and Mr. Curtis are not with us. It's all about the ladies today.
Yes.
The sexy sweating ladies today. So.
Yes. And Curtis is working. We love you. Have a good day at work. And Kenny, I don't know where you at, and I'm not talking to you right now because you should be here. But he might call in, so we'll hopefully hear from Kenny a little later in the show. But let's get right into it. We had us a cute little episode this week. Similar to last week, sort of in-betweener, not that much going on, but it was cute and funny and, you know, whatever. I think officially Chardonnay is crazy. And we'll talk about that. In addition, Derwin is also officially crazy.
Yes.
So I guess we should jump right into it and start with Derwin, I think. We'll end on a funny note and start on a just straight up crazy note. So this week we've got Derwin, and basically the episode starts with Kwan, who is injured because Derwin admittedly missed a block last week. Kwan was the quarterback that said 2 words in the 14 episodes we've had so far. But he calls Jason's show at the beginning of this episode and basically lays into Derwin and is talking smack about his own teammate on national television. How did you feel about that?
You know, I don't know the rules or the laws, but I was wondering, can they get fined for that? Like, are you allowed to bet someone
I
that you're
wondered the
playing
exact
against
same
with?
thing. I had no idea that was ever acceptable as a teammate to publicly like slam them. I'm not that. I mean, I watch sports, but I don't watch like Sports Center and stuff like that enough to know that if this is an option. But I thought that was really whack. Like, why would you do that?
And I was just remembering like the Kobe and Shaq. And
Yeah.
I mean, we all knew they didn't like each other at the very end, but I never once heard that. And
They never publicly slammed each other, as far as I knew. Like when they were playing together.
Sure they didn't get fined for this. And then Derwin goes ahead and joins, and
so Derwin calls the station because he hears Kwan going off on him, and Derwin calls and
starts his own.
I will say though, as far as the writing goes, it was as bogus as it was quite hilarious that he said, "I've got Maseratis and 2 baby mom." No, he said, "I got a wife and a baby mama, and I put it down on both of them, or both of them can tell you I put it down." Melanie should have stabbed him.
Right? I expected that to be one of those parts where she's gonna get up and get all upset over the baby mama. Like,
How are you going to say that? That is not something to be proud of. You should be ashamed. And he's touting. I was not okay with that at all. But it was very funny from the writer's perspective.
And somehow they made it where she just ignores that part.
She ignored it, and she ignores it again because he says it again at the end of the episode. So I don't know, Melanie. Where is she going? She's not going anywhere. She doesn't stand up for herself. And the little bit of standing up for herself that I kind of thought she was doing last week when she confronted him and was kind of like, you're a different person. Like, I didn't marry this person. I see now, whatever. Like, that energy is completely gone this week. And he's still being a big old a-hole, for lack of a better expression. So I don't know.
Is it hard for you to watch it, though, after hearing that he may be leaving the show? Because that's all I'm looking for. Like, how are they going to
scoot that one out?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because we'll get to that also in our news and gossip today about what's going on next season. But I don't know. I mean, maybe because in the end, the way that they've shot it so far, they just hurl him up to Atlanta for like 3 months and they shoot. And whatever the show he's on that I can't recall the name of right now that we did, I think it's a Showtime show. So usually it's not like a network show that's shooting for almost a year, you know? So maybe it will work out that he's able to do both. I'm not sure. We don't know. But either way, he was real this week.
Yeah, and she had no...
They're really...
There's nothing... This is one of those times where Kenny would be here and be so upset about it. Like, I'm just over her.
Like, I'm over her.
Why was she even
Why is she even here? What, she has no opinion,
Nothing.
Where did... Melanie go? She's gone. I don't understand. Either way, Derwin, basically, so he does all the crazy in the beginning. And then she talks to him a little bit like, who are you? What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And tells him he should do an apology. And he decides to do an apology at the end of the episode. And it's a bogus apology, which, by the way, just in general, I hate when athletes go on and apologize. Yeah. Athletes or celebrities in general, not just athletes. But kind of like when Tiger Woods did his apology. I don't want to hear that because we know you ain't sorry.
Right.
You're sorry you got caught. You're sorry that your endorsements might be jacked up, but you ain't that sorry for real.
Kanye West thing. Oh my God.
Don't
that
apologize.
Apology went forever.
Don't apologize. I would rather you not apologize.
And then we all feel like, okay, we expected this.
But like, you're an angry person, and you maybe apologize that you got out of line and like spread it to the world as you should, but don't lie and act like you are sorry that you were boning 50 women or whatever.
And
so I don't know.
Whole, I go to church.
Don't throw that in there. Because, whatever. Go to church and pray and ask for forgiveness or something.
He almost killed someone.
Leave me out of it. But anyway, so he apologizes, and then they decide they're going to take phone calls from fans. And he's thinking that he's going to get great phone calls. Of course, we know that's not going to happen. So crazy people call in telling him he's basically doo-doo in a bag and that he is crap. And he threatens to beat up a woman.
At first, I thought it was like Tasha.
Exactly.
Tasha. I was like, is that them calling, like playing a game on him?
That would have been funny. But it wasn't. It was real people. And he got real upset and went back into his Maserati fit and his wife and baby mama and putting it down. And so in the end, Derwin apologized and it was bultish and he got called out for it. And he showed that it was bultish because he acted crazy on TV again. So Derwin, you're failing. You're about to get traded, I'm guessing, if they don't have you for a character next year.
You're right.
But I mean, but even if they trade him, they would have to write both of them out. Do you really think that? Because the show was based on them. Like, they were the ones.
Who's left of that? Oh my God, Brandy.
No. It'll be the budding relationship of Brandy and Jason. Oh. Anywho, speaking of Brandy, nice little segue there. Brandy came back to us this week as Chardonnay with a side bun, which I actually liked. When she dressed up for the party, she looked cute.
Right.
But that dress was real short. I was like, okay. Anyway, so Chardonnay decides that she needs to meet Jason's friends, and Jason is obviously not proactive about this at all. And so she takes it upon herself, upon running into Tasha and Malik at the bar, to get all the information for Jason's friends and invite a party. That was crazy. You know it was crazy. That was not okay.
Okay, I'm still confused as to what they're doing together.
Because they're trying to make it work.
It hasn't been cleared. Are they living together now?
No. They're not living together.
They're still not living together.
I don't believe they're living together.
But she still introduces herself as his wife.
Yes. I think that's just because they're being funny. Because technically they're still married. They never got the divorce. They decided to just date and try to see if they could make a relationship out of it.
Okay, then. See, maybe that's why I'm still confused.
Okay.
What? Really?
Yes, really. That's what they're doing.
So let's meet your friends behind your back. And
well, not behind your back. He was there, but she invited them. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That's why I said she is officially crazy. And I think that Jason should have been like, okay, we're divorcing right now.
Yeah.
Because that was crazy.
Yeah.
Who invites somebody else's friends and throws a whole party about the friends talking about, I knew this was either going to make our relationship, be our coming out party, or be the end of our relationship.
It definitely was their coming out party when...
when Miss Summer shows up to the party. And we finally got a little taste back of, is anything going to happen to him?
Right.
But I was kind of disappointed nothing did.
A little, but I also was confused because I thought, okay, this whole time I thought they made out and that was it, nothing else. But it sounded like they've been talking.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Has something else happened,
Right.
do you think? You think something else happened?
I mean, I don't want to go all the way and say they've had sex,
But
I
they've been
do think
flirting
he's
since the
been
kiss.
flirting with her, and
Since the kiss. But do you think he's out of line completely for that? When he technically is dating Chardonnay?
Well, I think she thinks they're exclusive.
So then...
But here we go again. Where one person thinks they're exclusive.
One thing's going on and the other person is like,
and
oh.
can you really tell that one person we're not exclusive and be okay? No, you know they're not going to be okay with it. And
so then you
know
just
she's not going to be okay
So
with
then
it.
do you just keep dating under the guise that we are exclusive and date whoever else?
What they don't know won't hurt them. I mean, I'm just saying.
What they don't know won't hurt them. Interesting concept you have there. So you think that Jason should continue to sort of do his thing until he's ready to commit to whoever?
Definitely don't play with someone at work.
Well,
I think that's
why
something
not?
you want to keep separated.
Why?
That's
At work?
If something happens between them and it doesn't work out and she's angry and he hates her, whatever the reason here we go. It's out live. How do you hide that? How do you...
Well, I don't know. I think it's funny
It's
that
not
we have these
professional.
stipulations about work when most of us spend most of our time at work, and that's where we tend to meet people and stuff like that. And so I don't think it's all that crazy to date somebody at work. What I think is crazy is that people aren't mature enough to continue business if the relationship doesn't work out. But I guess they're on camera. If anything, them being angry at each other only adds to the chemistry. It's not like they're...
Which is already there.
They have lots of chemistry. But it's like, I think it was kind of lame. Like that would have been a nice climax to the episode had Summer been like, you're married? Or like there should have been some sort of conflict. Like
you know them though. I feel like it's always very little and then it's too much.
Because they're trying to stretch it out into 7 more episodes.
7 more episodes that we're wondering.
We're not complaining, but it's moving because we saw...
Slow.
It is moving very slow. And we saw the summer kiss like 2-3 episodes ago.
And we're all wondering what was
and we're like,
gonna
okay,
happen.
is there something coming from that? And then
on
now
camera.
there's finally a chance for somebody to come for it, from there to be some conflict, and then it goes away. But I did like at the party that was thrown at Chardonnay's house. Where did she get the furniture? Did I miss what happened? She just whipped out furniture?
I know. I think they were just chairs.
Oh,
because I still saw the bed in the background.
I saw the bed, but then she had that big old school dining room table, and I was like, has that always been there?
That was their last, not the last, the one before episode, because we were wondering what happened to the TV.
The TV trays.
TV trays.
That's right. Gotcha. Okay, so, but the cute thing that Melanie came in, okay, of course, all of them brought Chardonnay. Ha, ha, ha. So funny. But Melanie came in saying that she was good friends with her friend, and so they might be able to be friends, and it was such a mess. And then nobody wanted to speak to Melanie for the rest of the party. And I just thought to myself, this has sort of become her character. Nobody wants her around.
Nobody knows her name.
We as fans don't care anymore because she's not doing anything or being anybody or anything, and it kind of sucks.
I know.
Because the story, the point of the game was sort of building around their relationship with the friends
and her
that they've
basically
encountered,
like his manager or something to that matter, where she was doing something for him. Nothing.
She's completely faded.
She's not even cooking.
Her character doesn't do anything.
Takeout every time we see.
But that spinach salad at the end of the episode looked mighty nice. Okay, but then so the party happened. Jason actually kind of eased off of her. Like at the end of it, he was like, well, I mean, I guess I was moving kind of slow, so I'm okay with this. That's some bull. You need to not be dating somebody that's going to do that, because that is kind of insane.
That's crazy.
But such is life. So then also in this episode, speaking of dating and dating our friends and figuring out friendships and relationships and all that yumminess, is Miss Tasha. We're trying to get her a man again. And Pookie from Richmond shows up at her door looking tasty to her. You don't think he's tasty?
No.
Not at all? You didn't even think he was tasty when he came out in his underwear? A little bit?
I think it was once I saw his hands.
That you thought he was tasty, or that it was no longer tasty?
It was no longer tasty.
What's wrong with his hands?
I have a thing for hands and fingers, and
But what was wrong with them?
they're just not my type, and that makes a big difference.
What is your type of hand?
Whatever.
Oh God, how do you have a type of hand?
I just do. There is this weird thing.
Okay,
But here's my thing. Don't you feel with her storyline in this episode, they left so many strings open?
Yeah.
Like, what is he doing there? Is he there to cure her? Who is he there? Who is he hiding from? There was so many questions.
He went to jail for killing, but that was a part of the hustle. Like, it's not like he kills random people or
like
kills
people he
random
knows.
women. He was probably caught up in that street life and had to take somebody out.
I swear
That's
when
all
she
I'm
came
saying.
back, I thought, oh my God, he stole everything.
So,
and,
like, you didn't
left.
think I didn't think that at all. I totally thought he was there to like swoon on her a little bit, but it is strange that we don't have a reason. Like, it'd be fine if he like lied about the hotel,
Right.
but he was still there for a
right.
reason. But then I started wondering, oh, is he gonna turn out to just be the one? He ain't got no job. He ain't doing nothing with himself for real. He's sleeping on her couch. They're gonna end up hunching and hooking up, and then it's gonna be another hot mess of a relationship all over again. Or is this the savior? Because it's the whole like good friend that has always been there for me and whatever.
And she just needs somebody that's available for her at all times.
Is he available for her at all times?
I mean, he ain't doing anything else.
but he
no
don't live out
work,
there.
no
So
nothing.
what's gonna happen? Like, he doesn't have anything to do or where to be.
Well, that's
or-
why he can be there.
But that's
So-
the prostitute.
wait.
So why does she need him?
So he stayed over because he couldn't afford those.
I mean, I think that I don't know what he can afford,
over
but
it.
the argument is just that he was trying to get in close to her. But I would think if he could afford it, he could still just get a room at the hotel. But I'm sure he
Right.
can't. I don't know. I don't know where this is going for Tasha, but I guess I like.
I was just remembering. She says, "I haven't had any in
a month.
couldn't
Well,
even-
I totally
she
thought they were
couldn't
going to do
even
it at the end of the
remember.
episode. I thought they were going to get it on at the end of the episode.
Like she was gonna come home.
She was going to come home, and when she leaned over him and was putting the blanket in, she was
Yeah.
like, "I don't like you." I was hoping he was going to be like, "But you know, I want you," and then it was going to be
just
like
scrap her.
forever. But they didn't scrap. We got
He would
nothing.
Stab her or something.
We didn't get a fight at the party. She didn't get no hot loving from this big. We see half naked, big, greasy man, and he gets none.
Nothing.
I don't know. I
Well,
wanted
we
more.
We got a few jokes
We got
out
a
of
few.
Jason.
We got a few jokes.
out of Tasha.
Out of Jason, out of Tasha. I mean, I guess it was
Like
all right.
always, it's always them.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
And that was it. That was our fun-filled episode. It wasn't. I mean, it was just a filler. I think it
filler.
was a filler
Definitely a
episode.
filler.
Even though the thing that bothers me about it being a filler episode, it feels like it was a filler, but it feels like it should have been more because I feel like that party should have been some point of conflict
Drama.
for somebody, but it wasn't, and that's what it is. So that was episode 14 of The Game for season 5. Right now, we're gonna go to a commercial break, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about a special topic.
I'm sliding.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AFTERBUZZTV.com. AFTERBUZZ TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
And welcome back to AfterBuzz TV The Game edition. This was our Party in a Box episode. We have summarized it for you, but now we're going to go into a little bit of a special topic that, again, it's a little shorty, sweetie, funny kind of thought that I had while I was watching the episode. So I'm sure there are those of you out there who've sort of, I guess my question came up when I was watching Jason and the whole situation with Chardonnay. So I'm wondering, do you think Jason is actually with her because he still wants to try to like do something, or is he just kind of embarrassed that he sort of did it with her? So part of him likes her and he's just trying to like not be what she expects him to be. So he's not really in it for real, because we've all you've dated somebody that you're kind of it starts out like cool, yeah, we might hang out, but you know they're not really that person, and you're embarrassed a little bit to have them around some people some of the time. And I kind of feel like that's more of an indication even after this episode that they're not really meant to work out.
But what about those people that always talk, I don't date this type, but in the end, that's what they like. So they're kind of a little embarrassed to bring around something that we as their friends have always thought they wouldn't date. And at the very end of the day, that's who they end up with. It's like they're fighting what
the truth is. So do you think in Chardonnay's case, she is his truth and he is just not able to face it yet?
I feel like it's so funny because Jason's always been the cheap ass, the one that's always watching his money. So where did he come from? You know, were you just like her?
Well, his dad was a football player, so he came from money. But the reason he was so cheap is because his dad spent all his money. So he feels like he has to hold on to that.
I think it's perfect for him. That was another funny
because
part,
she would be on a budget.
Cutting coupons for her,
so they can be on a budget together and not feel guilty about it. I don't know. Should he be embarrassed by Chardonnay? I'm kind of thinking that maybe it's one of those situations that you get in and it's fun and you think, oh, this person's going to show me new things, but in reality, in the long term, it's not going to work.
Well, I mean, I think she has a lot she can show him.
Like what?
Will we see that? I mean,
like what? Because I'm already done with it. I'm like, he's not.
Done with it or with her?
With. That's a good question. I don't really know.
I think it's with her.
I don't think it's with her.
I feel like
because I like her more than I did in the very beginning.
Her character. Do you like her character more?
We talked about how like she was sort of grossly stereotypical, and it was like uncomfortably so. It wasn't smart, and I kind of feel like it hasn't grown. She hasn't grown. Like, I don't feel like I've been shown anything amazing about Chardonnay and her contribution to Jason's life. So it just feels
even when
contrived and unnecessary.
Supposed to be funny, it's not. It's kind of like
a
quiet, like a silence right afterwards. Like
when she was talking under her breath about Melanie, when Melanie walked by her and that wasn't even funny. I didn't buy that at all.
At all.
I don't know. So I wonder where this is gonna go, because I mean, I know she was only signed on for 6 episodes, but they've spread it out, and I've lost count as to how many episodes she was going to be on. So she could very well be here to the end of the season, because we might not see anything until episode 22 for where this is going. But
well, I guess the whole point of him not wanting her to throw this party was he is a little embarrassed.
So shouldn't she be done with him? Shouldn't she be done with him then? Come on now. If she's really this character that's like proud, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I don't want to be with you anyway because this is why I didn't want to be with you, because you act like I'm less than you or whatever. Like, wouldn't that be the catalyst for her to be like, okay, we're done?
Well, I think now she's taking him under her wing and just thinking, oh, you're not ready to date. You're just scared to date. It has nothing to do with me.
So we have another woman trying to change a man.
Blindsided.
She's trying to change a man. Okay. All right. Well, that's how I'm wondering, and those are the questions I'm asking. So those of you out there watching, I'm just wondering if you guys think Chardonnay is going to be around. Should she stick around? Is this, because the relationship just kind of hasn't become anything to me. Like, I feel like it's the same ridiculousness when we saw in the first episode and we were like, oh God, Jason needs a black girl to show him the way of blackness. And I feel like it hasn't grown from there at all. It's kind of like, okay.
I think they just got somebody that's supposed to be too stereotypical to all those stereotypes, you know, most ghetto girls live in a studio, can't afford this. That's what she is.
I mean, well,
They gave her this.
supposed to be refined, and she had dreams, and by the way, we don't know anything else about her dreams.
I mean,
we don't know
what are
about
you
where she's trying to
doing,
go. Like,
school,
is she in
anything?
school? Like, what is she learning in school? Like, where is she gonna be? Maybe we missed that. Viewers out there, listeners, let us know if we missed it, because I love how you guys call us out in the comments. Like, they said this, especially you, Hampton Blue. You know who I'm talking about.
And definitely with her
Courtney, I
clothing.
feel like you might be getting called out right at this second. I'm not sure if it's Hampton or not, but let's go to a phone.
Let's see.
AfterBuzz, hello.
Hello, this is Amanda from Chicago.
Hi, Amanda.
Hey, hey, hey.
How you doing today?
All right. How are you all?
We are doing
Good,
very well,
thanks.
thank you, and thank you for calling in. What you got for us this week?
I guess I'm in the same boat about their relationship that I was like weeks ago, whenever the last time she was on the show. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know what the writers are setting them up to be doing. Like, no, I guess from this episode, it could have been an actual conversation or a confrontation from the whole first her inviting his friends without him knowing to, you know, her realizing maybe why he didn't want them around. It could have turned into something, but instead it turned into a whole like, oh, it's okay, baby, kissy moment at the end.
Yeah.
Without anything really being talked about or resolved. So I don't know if they are even, I don't know if they're like kicking it or, well, it seems that Chardonnay is somewhat more involved, but she kind of floats between, I guess, being really involved and just, being very passive and understanding of whatever his issues are.
Now, would you like to see her character go further and like stick with the game and be more? Like, do you want to see her develop more, or would you just rather see it wrapped up at this point and find something else for Jason to do, or even go to
I
Summer?
mean, at this point, I would like her to stay for the simple fact that they're running Melanie into the ground, and Tasha is becoming this like sad I need a man vehicle. So I would like her to stick around, but only if they're going to, you know, have an actual like storyline and some growth there, and not turn her into another caricature. Because to be honest, I was mad the last season how they did Tasha Mack and turned her into this black and mild Hennessy smoking character.
Yeah.
Then became like the angry bitch all this season. Now she's like need a man again, and I don't know where I got this from, but I always assumed that Pookie was like a relative. So I was really thrown off.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
Trying to
wow.
date her yeah, we did think it was her
thought her
cousin
brother
or her
or
brother or
cousin.
something until she said something else in that episode, or he referred to her mom by her first name or something, so we knew he wasn't related. But
Okay,
yeah.
I was really confused at first, and I said, oh my God, this is really nasty. Where are they going with this? But I guess they cleared it up. And now Melanie, oh my God, I don't know what to say about her. She's just a mess.
A mess. So overall, what would you characterize your opinion of the women in the game right now? Are you just overall disappointed with the storylines? Because I feel like the show kind of was driven by the women initially.
Very well. I don't want to say it was driven solely by the women. I would just say that watching it from the CW days and to now, they were actually like people,
Yes.
if that makes sense. They were really people to me. And now, you know, they have their moments where they're good writing on the show and, you know, funny moments, but now they're just becoming caricatures. Like when Derwin went on his whole rant, I thought about the whole Ray J rant when he got on the radio that day talking about, you know, he got this many houses, got that car, indoor, outdoor pool, all that. And it's like they're just using stuff and like, okay, this was hot for the moment. Let's
That
throw
was
that in the
quite
show.
a Ray J rant. I remember listening to that. Ray J jumped out the window on that one for sure. Sorry,
yeah.
side note.
That's a great reference, actually. I forgot that he did that, and that is actually a perfect example of what just happened in
What
that
she just
episode.
did.
Okay, well, before we let you go, do you want to see a season 6 of the game?
Oh my God! Don't we have like 1 billion episodes left of this?
We still have
You know,
like 7.
honestly,
A billion. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on the fence.
You're on the fence? You're on the fence.
To be honest.
Yeah.
All right.
And I don't know. And I can tell their chemistry is not really the same. It's probably because of the way they shoot and all of that, and just the different location. That I don't know if it's as organic anymore.
I got you, and I feel you, girl. I think we are all kind of on the same wavelength. But thank you so much again for calling in, Amanda from Chicago.
Calling.
Keep watching.
No
We love your opinions, and make sure you make your comments on iTunes and on YouTube and everywhere else. And keep in touch, okay?
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, Amanda. Woo, woo. Love when the callers call in, and I love that we are all kind of on the same wavelength. So that was a nice little conclusion to the episode. It's just in an interestingly strange place that we're not really sure we're rooting for the game anymore, but I don't know. So we'll see, and we'll find out. But right now, we're going to find out what's going on in news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, my earring just fell out my ear. That was
I
crazy.
feel that was part of your body. Like you are melting.
I feel like what's her face on Drag Race when her bracelet just broke. Oh God. Anyway, so this week ratings tracker, in its 13th week, the game actually saw a pretty big spike in their ratings from their season low the previous week, and they were up to a 1.2 in the adult 18 to 49 demographic, finishing the evening in second place behind the premiere of The Deadliest Catch from Discovery.
Oh, okay.
So they spiked like 0.2 of a point, I believe, from the previous week, which was interesting, but go them. And apparently, due to their consistent or semi-consistently decent ratings for BET, Deadline.com is reporting that the game has been renewed by BET for a 6th season of 22 episodes.
Wait, how many do we have this?
This is 22, this one. The last one was only 13, so this one we have 7 more to go, or 6 more to go. I think they might combine like they did. I don't know. But yeah, so that was interesting. That's why I actually asked Amanda that. I'm interested because I almost feel like, honest to God, like, and King number 1 was a game fan. Like, I almost feel like it's time to put it to bed. And I can't be mad at them for doing another one because that means people are working and life is good for some. But it's
Maybe
been a
they should
disappointment.
bring some of the characters from Girlfriends.
Maybe. And do what? I don't know.
Replace the women.
I'm not sure how they can spiral back from this because they've turned, like, just like she was saying, the women Melanie has turned into like nothing.
Well, for all we know, our prayers have been heard and Kelly will come back.
But then we might be further disappointed because if what happened, we were already disappointed when she was on the previous 13 episode because she just went nuts and
it was crazy.
It was just weird. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, again, I will probably still watch as usual because I want to be supportive. But at the same time, it was so good for what it was. It's almost like stop killing it because you just keep killing the memory and killing the whatever. And it was so wonderful. But anyway, let's talk about some exciting brown people in entertainment news.
Brown people news.
As we mentioned before, and I try to, find something every week that I want to tell people to check out and make sure you check out. This week, so a few weeks ago, we talked about Sofia Vergara's son, who's doing a documentary / reality series type thing about her life that's going to be on this YouTube channel. And apparently that YouTube channel, which is called Nuevon, because I can pronounce it so well, put together by Electus and Latin World Entertainment, will launch on Monday, April 23rd. So all of you net entertainment viewers, check it out. Go online to YouTube, find this channel. And the programming, of course, is going to include Ms. Vergara's son's show. Wilmer Valderrama is contributing a reality competition show about underground breakdancing. I mean, I don't know, but I didn't know anything about underground breakdancers, so go. Cool. Okay. Also on the channel is a scripted series that I'm excited about because it is sort of in the vein of Paranormal Activity. It's called Archivos Mortales. I have the worst pronunciation ever. Archivos. Sorry. CH would be in my language. So I just thought that was kind of a cool idea. It might be interesting to see. So anywho, take a look. We've got the little plug up here on the screen right now. Go find it, go watch it, and enjoy it because it's supposed to be pretty interesting. And as usual, new media is taking over the world just like AfterBuzz has. So you might as well support it and get behind it. And that's some great programming from the Latino community. And secondly, we have another report from the actress Adepero Oduye, whose name I'm sure I just butchered, but she is the girl that we reported from Pariah. She was a star on Pariah. That was going to be in the Steel Magnolias remake, I believe, but now she's also gotten the female lead in Steve McQueen's new film called 12 Years a Slave. The financing for the pick is still firming up, and it will be a bold drama from the British filmmaker based on a true story. The plot follows Solomon Northup, a free black man tricked into slavery by a pair of men posing as circus promoters, then transported south to Louisiana, where he's forced to live out his predicament alongside the plantation owner. After Northup is able to send word of his condition home to his wife, who Oduye is supposed to play, she hires a northern lawyer who's going to be played by Brad Pitt to fight for her husband's freedom. So it's a story I didn't know about. Steve McQueen has done some amazing things. Brad Pitt is going to be joining, and congratulations to you, Miss Oduye, because that is an awesome achievement, and I'm sure she will do a wonderful job. Her talent has been touted quite a bit recently, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she's got coming for us. So that is our news and gossip for this week.
And now your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well,
what can we predict about next week on the game?
I'm going to throw my positive vibes out there and say that next episode I will love.
Yes.
I will love next episode.
If for no other reason other than it is an episode.
Right. And because Tasha will probably get in trouble trying to get some.
She'll get in trouble trying to get some. We saw the preview, and I can't even remember what was on the preview at this point. Oh, Janae is coming back finally.
Oh, that's right.
She was in the preview, and she wants to move to New York and probably take his baby, of course.
Or leave him.
She wants to take him. There's no way she wants to leave him. Of course that.
This is how Melanie gets her baby.
Because she's going to leave her son behind. So not going to happen. I had just been thinking in the beginning of the episode, like, where the hell is Janae?
Yeah, where's this kid?
We've seen her, once? 1.5 times. So, yay, Janae will be back. We love Gabrielle Dennis in that role. Yeah. The weave is looking good. So, hopefully we'll see something exciting. So, that's my prediction, that hopefully we will be entertained. And until next week, find us on Twitter, @AfterBuzz TV. Find me on Twitter, Stuart Starlet. Make your comments on iTunes. Keep voting for Maria Menounos. She's still in the game, even after breaking her foot, her ribs, and almost her face. So make sure she keeps dancing. And make sure you're binging and looking up whatever you need through Bing.com. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.